This might work. We're working on the 56 Chevy again today, and I'm only concerned about doing one thing on the car today, and it involves this. In more than one previous video / episode here on Freeman's Garage, we tried to fix the jacked up threads on the pinion gear on this 56 Chevy, and I think we're finally going to be able to fix it this time with this thin little hacksaw blade. Hopefully. There's multiple projects going on here at Freeman's Garage all at the same time, which kind of can add to the confusion and the chaos of getting things done and sourcing parts and whatnot, keeping things in order. And on top of all that, I take a road trip over Christmas all the way across the country and back, and of course I just can't help myself. I end up in the swap meets and the estate sales, and I'm buying things. I'm I really did need the kitchen cabinets for Freeman's Garage. I really did need those. I can't help it. I'm a collector. But the thing is, now on top of everything I've got going on at once, I've added in sorting through and organizing all the junk. Really good items I brought home. Useful, needed, good purchases. And I'm going to be hanging cabinets and all that kind of stuff. And so I figure, I need to keep things going. I need to keep the 56 going. I can't stop for a week or two and do all that kind of stuff. So let's take this time we have right now and get the one thing done that's really clogging things up at the moment, and fix these threads, finally get our pinion nut back on, and that will relieve, I think that'll blow up the dam and get things moving again. So hopefully, this thin little blade is going to do the trick. Now, where is the... here's a Sawzall blade that we were trying to use in one of the previous videos. Is this really any thinner? And you'll see why we need a really thin blade here in a second, especially if you haven't seen those previous videos yet. Oh, this is a lot thinner than this Sawzall blade. So this might do the trick. And I bought 2 packs of these blades, and they were 89 cents a pack for a 2-pack. So hopefully they don't just fall apart as soon as we start filing. Hopefully they last. All right, so here's the scene of the crime. If you haven't seen those previous videos yet, which I recommend you do, they are linked in the video description to watch after this. Now this is the original nut, pinion nut, which we're hoping to use. And then this here, this is an aftermarket nut that if we need to use, we will use. And they're both a locking type nut. And the challenge is you see, we've been able in the previous videos to clean these threads up enough to get to this point, but then we get stuck. And I think it's because on the very end here. Somebody in the past had hammered it down here and right here, I'm sure, to make sure that the pinion nut could not come off, but it's causing us issues now. Watching those previous 2 videos will give you the full background on how we got to this point here. We've used an actual thread file to the best of our ability But that spot right there on both sides, that's what's holding us back, man. I think. So if we could use this thin little file to open that up, just like all these threads are, we might be home free. And why this is such a big deal is because if we can't fix these threads finally, we're gonna have to spend a lot of money replacing parts and tearing stuff out that we've already installed. And I've got these brand new work gloves I'm gonna test out. Very cheap, but they feel and look like decent quality. So we'll give them a run for their money, and if I like them, they will be linked in the video description in case you're in the market. I've already done the legwork for you. And if they're pieces of junk, I won't link them in the description. Well, that's funny. I bought these gloves because I've needed to get back to wearing work gloves again so I can stop damaging my hands. But now I can't pick anything up. Okay, let's see what happens here. Please don't just be cheap junk blades. Oh. Huh. Well, we're not really cutting. This pinion might be too hard for this blade. Or maybe we're just rushing into things. Maybe we just need to relax and do some filing here, just nice and slow. Although I'm a little concerned already. Well, I knew that wasn't going to work yet. I just wanted to see if I could feel if we've made any difference. No, maybe a guy should just file the first thread or two just off of this thing. Oh, that'd be a risky proposition. But, you know, getting in and out of the bathtub is also a risky proposition. Now, I haven't even started filing the other side yet, but let's just see if we can feel a difference. Maybe. Let's just keep working at it. We need to do this. Yeah, let's get this other side filed a bit too. Well, I've been hacking and hacking away at this thing, and this little cheap blade not doing nothing. This is cutting. It's a little too thick though. This is filing, but not filing enough. And the nut, we're a little, it's a little bit better, but still we're just not there. And this aftermarket nut, it's doing the same thing. Okay, well, I'm having trouble getting it on. Okay, there we go. Doing the same thing, threading on a bit, and then stopping. And I mean, this doesn't look that bad, but I'm starting to think that it might not be the very end of this so much. It might be more, well, it can't be the nuts. Well, I guess maybe the original one, maybe we have damaged the threads in there a little bit, but I mean, the new one is the new one, man. You know what I mean? I have something else that we can try. And I have not pulled it out of the arsenal yet because I don't think it's large enough. And it's, oh, probably a 70-year-old tool, which means it's high quality. But let's dig that out and see if it's large enough, which it's not going to be most likely. All right, I dug this out. This belonged to my grandfather and was recovered from a flood more than 20 years ago. Dayton Electric Manufacturing Company, Chicago 48. That's a very old code of zip. Model 2 X-ray 9er13. Dayton Thread Restorer. Restores battered and rusted threads in minutes. Automatically adjust to SAE, USS, NPT, and metric type threads. Any pitch from 6 to 28, okay, that's us, to the inch for left or right hand threads without changing dies. 1/4 inch to 1 inch, I think that's where we're going to have the issue. Outside diameter capacity. You know, to be honest, the ring and pinion in the video when we refurbished rear end really wasn't in the best of shape. I mean, totally usable, but I don't know. Maybe we should just replace everything. Oh, not nearly as old as I was guessing off the top of my head, or at least the, well, maybe not the tool or the tool design, but this anyways is dated February 71. So that's actually pretty late. It's just barely even vintage. But before we get too deep into this, let's get the tool out so that we can find out that it's too small. And then we can move on. You know what I'm saying? Ah, flood tools. Gotta love it. Yeah, I think, well, let's give it a shot. It might fit. It might be big enough. This is the adjusting bit here. And as you can see, it's adjusting. That's getting smaller. And then this is getting larger. And it is, well, it's probably not going to do anything that far. You know, I keep snagging myself on this old fuel line, but I leave it there as motivation to hurry up and get through this kind of stuff, and then we can replace it with new fuel line. Oh! This might work. Okay, I'm glad I brought that sheet of paper because let's read this and make sure that we don't destroy these threads. Well, you know what? I can't read in such a confined space. Well, I can hardly read it all anyways. Operating instructions. To operate, place tool over the threaded stock behind the damaged threads with the serrated or teeth blades to the outside. Stop. Adjust for diameter by closing jaws by hand until the die blades of the tool adjust to and fit into the pitch of the thread. Stop. Then turn off the, does it really say it? Then turn off. Then turn off the threaded part by rotating the tool as you would the nut or female part that fits onto that piece. Stop. For damaged or battered threads at the base or threaded stock, turn the tool over with the serrated or teeth blades to the inside and run the tool down toward the shoulder. For left hand, okay, that's left hand threads, it don't matter to us. Do not adjust for diameter so tightly as to cause the die blades or roller guide wheel to bind in undamaged threads. A firm snug fit to the pitch of thread is best. Model 2 X-ray 9er 13 works best if keyways are first filled with wood, babbitt or solder. When used on studs or... Okay, let's not read all that because that's got nothing to do with us. Let's do it, man. Okay. I'm pretty sure I understood all that. Boy, by saying 1 inch on the packaging, I never thought that this is going to fit on here. I think we want to start a little closer to the end. I'm a little skeptical. Oh. Okay, hold on. We need to get this pinion to not move. So, hold on. Hold the phone. Okay, I need something to jam in the wheel studs on the driver's side now. I thought I had something down here to do that. I've got the passenger side jammed. Okay. Hopefully this works. Oh, no, go, oh! Okay, everything's falling apart that I've got the wheel studs jammed with. Hold on. Okay, Daddy's back. Okay. Wheel studs are jammed on both sides. Ow. Alright. Let's see what happens. I thought we were jammed on both sides. Okay, hold on. What a circus. Ridiculous. I want to get this done. Alright, so we are jammed on the driver's side. Now let's re-jam on the passenger side. This is ridiculousness. Okay. Alright. Barnum and Bailey's is over. Oh. Oh, this has potential. This has great potential. Come on. Oh, that is... Oh, this could work. Just gotta set it up. Set it up good. Okay, I actually want to go back. A couple threads. Okay. Please don't ruin this. Oh yeah, oh, it's cutting all right. I might be cutting too much. I'm not sure. See, right there, just, oh, it loosened up. Right when we get to that part. that was hammered down. Okay, folks. I think if this didn't do the trick, which I'm skeptical, because boy, did that ever cut. We might have to just put a ring and pinion in this thing. Boy, does this tool ever work good, though. Holy cow, is it sharp. All right, let's try this aftermarket nut. Oh, oh, oh! That's way better with this one. Except for we gotta get rid of this. There's these little burrs. Gotta get rid of these little errand burrs, if you know what I mean. I think that is better. But not good enough. That's the problemo, my man. I don't know, my friend. This might be a lost cause. I'm just kind of trying to clean up what we just did. Yep, this cause might be lost, and I would hate to give up, but, well, mainly because giving up would cost us hundreds of dollars. That would come right out of the floor pad fund / wheel and tire fund. But let's try this. I have another aftermarket nut here, and we will see how this gets on, because the deal with this is that I haven't messed with this one yet, so it's possible that I've damaged the original nut, the threads on the inside, and the aftermarket nut. But this aftermarket nut is impossible to be altered. And it's the exact same nut from the exact same seller. Now, as cool as it would be to pull this out and gut it and do a new ring and pinion and do everything from scratch in there, yeah, it'd be a lot of money and it'd drag us backwards. But you know, we could go. We got 411s in here. We could stay 411, or we could use it as an opportunity to swap gear ratios or add a posi. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens if we try this. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. Yeah, that's not going on. So I'm gonna put that in my pocket before I ruin it. I'll put it right back where I got it from. And I'm gonna fight with this for a little bit longer. And then we're gonna have to make the call because I mean we can't spend a year just goofing around with this, right? I mean, that's not... We gotta move on, you know what I mean? Now you see, I've even thought about, well, we get to here, so let's just force it. And if we jack the threads up in the nut or whatever, as long as if we hammer the nut down and take it off, as long as it will thread back on tight, then who cares, right? Which that's not the way to do things. But that thought has crossed my mind, but that's not even working anyways because the nut will only go so far. And I say that because, here, watch, we'll use this 1/2" drive ratchet. And we tried this in one of the previous videos with the impact, didn't we? And even the impact would only put the nut on so far. See, look at that. Look how tight that is. It's that tight. And we are right here. We're about halfway. You know? It's not gonna do it. And plus, if we put an impact on this again, we'll probably just damage the bearing if we haven't already. Okay, you're not gonna believe this, but I think I got it. Unbelievable. Come in here, check it out. I just kept sawing away at it and sawing away at it and got it thread on with some WD-40, some Whiskey Delta 40. And now let's take it off and then verify that everything looks all good. And let's test fit it going back on. And yeah, if that all works out, then we search through notes or we go back and watch the previous video of Freeman's Garage where we originally took this nut off, because that's when we put this big mark right here. We chiseled a mark here in the nut and we counted how many threads we were on because we want to get this nut back on exactly how it was. We're going to put this back onto here, and the nut's got to go back on exactly how it was. That way our rear end doesn't blow up on us. So let's get started on this. And you know, I gotta say, you know, when things get tough, just keep going, keep filing. You know, it's like Betty Davis said. What'd she used to say? Was it Betty Davis? Sarah, Sarah. I don't remember. Let's get this nut off. Sarah, Sarah, Sava. Sarah, Sarah, Savant. Was it? That's a little concerning how tight that is. Yes, this is a lock nut, but well, actually, that might be about right. We are going to Loctite it too. And when we do Loctite it, if we get to that point here, which hopefully we do, because that means that we're completing this job and saving money that can go towards getting the car on the road, we are going to make sure that we have all the oil off of here. all the lubricant because the Loctite's not going to work if it's not dry. In my experience anyways. Wow, we look fine. I think we did it. Let's clean this off. Spray the nut out. Make sure it's all clean inside. What? How did we... Oh, you know what it must be? Hold on here. Give me this ratchet back. Oh, okay. Okay, I think what we've got now is we just have it's just a little bit of a tight spot. I think. Yeah, I think that's all we're dealing with is a little bit of a tight spot. But, you know, what would you have done in 1956 or 1960 or whatever, 59? Would you have just pulled a computer out of your pocket and ordered everything brand new on this thing called the internet, or just had a bunch of people come help you figure everything out for you? Nope. You just did what you could and then just see how it works out. So that's what we're doing. All right. So now I'm going to go review the previous video where we took the nut off this thing because I don't know where the handwritten notes are. So I'm going to do that and I'll see you in a second. All right, I'm back. I went to the Freeman's Garage YouTube channel, which you're watching right now, but I went back and I found the video where we did all that. And the top of the third thread is how far down the nut was. And I got to see where I had made all the marks, which is good because I didn't remember all that. So now let's go back down under here and see if we can successfully button this thing up. And in the words of Teddy Roosevelt, you don't need no credit card to ride this train. Huey Lewis. That was Huey Lewis. All right, so let's clean out the nut real good. Oh yeah, get those vapors going in here. Yep, that's real good for you. Just let it soak in right through your skin. Oh yeah. And this is the California illegal stuff here too, so you know it works. All right, turning the air compressor on. Teddy Roosevelt. Blue thread locker. Why am I using blue, you ask? Well, because blue is what I have, and it's medium strength. It's what we have. It's what we're using. We are clean and dry, no grease, so this should work out for us. And if you're screaming at me for blue for some reason, put that in the comments. Let me know. If I should have red on hand for these types of occasions, put it in the comments. Help me out. Improve things around here. So let's put this on, and we got a scratch mark here from one of the previous videos. Now, if this doesn't work out, oh, boy, is that funny. I forgot about the washer and I accidentally knocked it with my elbow. Good thing I did that, or I might have forgotten it. I don't know if shaking this does anything, but it makes me feel good. So we'll do it. And you know, a little bit goes a long way with the whole lock tight. But we're going to use more than we need. Okay, that's probably way too much actually. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's so funny. Gosh. Oh, I can't wait till this part's over. Honestly. Tired of acting like a fool. But it's gonna be good, it's gonna be great, it's gonna work out. It's gonna be fan-diddly-tastic. Oh yeah, everything's going just right. Oh yeah, just keep going good like this. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Couldn't be more beautiful. Okay, we're getting close. The trick is to not go past where we want to go. What a creative trick. Okay, we're almost there. This is going to work out. I can feel it. Okay, we're at the top of the second thread. There's a little bit of play left in the washer, which that's almost all gone now. Okay, time to start paying attention. Where's our mark? Okay. Okay. We are about to land the plane, as long as we don't mess up this last bit here. There's no slack, no space with that washer now. Okay, let's wipe off. I thought I bought brand new gloves. Of course, I'm not wearing them. Okay, we are almost there. So, of course, it's getting hard to turn. Okay, I thought I went too far for a second, but I didn't. Just need to be careful, though. Why does it feel like... Feels like I went too far now. Yeah, I gotta grab a rag. Ow, stupid fuel line. Ow, almost cut my head. See the fact that it's hard to turn now? Or I'm going to need a breaker bar to turn it now. I think it's got me a little creeped out. Thinking we went too far. But maybe not. Maybe not. Just trying to wipe the dirt and whatnot off of this nut. Okay, just gotta inspect this. I'm hoping things don't start falling apart now, because I'd really like to wrap this up and be successful and move on and be able to clean all these tools out from under here finally. Keep this 56 Chevy 210 Club Coupe / Del Rey project moving ahead. And also, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, we did go too far. Oh, yeah, we did. We did. Did we? Oh, wait, we did? Why did I say, in that previous video, why did I say top of the third Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, we need to back off. Which means we're probably gonna have to, well, our stuff's probably gonna fall out of our wheel studs now. Maybe. Probably. Gonna have to redo that one more time again. Yep. Oh, it's so annoying. Well, actually, we're gonna have to do it another time too, because we gotta go back the other way. You know, sometimes you feel like just shutting the garage down for the night, right? And just go inside, stick your feet in the foot spa, see what's going on Quincy. Yeah, well, you know what's going on Quincy. I'm telling you, this could be murder. Quincy, I'm not going along with any more of your conspiracies. But this could be murder. Why did I do this? Why did I overdo it? I thought that I would not overdo it. Look at this, overdoing it is just, oh my gosh. Here, let's do this. Let's push down instead of pull up. How about that? How about that? How about that for an idea? And it worked. You go back far enough so that we don't have to redo everything in extra time. This could be murder. Oh. Oh, well, you know what? I could have done myself a favor and not set this up so it would be upside down now. But you know what? That's just what I do. Which is kind of stupid. Oh, we're almost there, actually. We're almost lined right up. We're almost lined right up, Buttercup. Actually, I kind of want to go back further because I'd like to be tightening it when we get there. But does it matter? Well, we'll know when everything flies apart on the highway, won't we? Let's go just a camel hair more. But wait, is that right though? There's a little bit of play with the washer. Is that normal? I don't think that's normal. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. We might have another problem here. Because why would we have play? Well, now that I'm looking at this at a different angle, we were not quite all the way there. Or am I just making that up in my head to make myself feel better? But, you know, this is the type of thing that, you know, a lot of people would say that, well, you're not, it's never going to work that way. You need to take everything out and do it on the workbench and redo everything and all this and that. You know, or some people might say, you probably accidentally crushed the crush sleeve even more and you've gone too far, but I don't know, I don't really think so. I mean, all we can do is test things out. Now, I did make this mark, I think, with this Sawzall blade. So I want to see, that lines up just about perfect, but there's still this little bit of play in the washer. Now I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to decide if I should leave this. There's a little bit of slop here. Should I just leave this alone, and then when we drive the car, we'll feel for a vibration, listen for noise? Should we do that? And if it needs to be tightened up a little bit more, we can. Because I mean, it's right where it was when we took it off, if we marked everything correctly. And it's at the top of the third thread. I mean, actually, it's just a smidge further, actually. But if we go any more, we might overheat these bearings, you know? It's hard to say. Here, I want you to see what I'm looking at here. So the washer there, I'm going to try to make it move. See, I can feel the play. Kind of hard to show you because I'm using one hand here. Okay, did you see that? Watch again. Watch closely. Yep, did you see that? How I moved it? But if we tighten it down anymore, see, there's our marks. Right there, and then there. If we tighten this down anymore, though, this might be too tight. And you know, there's a big old honker of a bearing in here. But too loose, this is gonna, you know, it's gonna break apart into a million pieces and possibly crack this case, which is what we really don't want. And the thing is with something like this, there's no way of knowing, because the right way is to take everything out of the car, take it all apart, use all the proper tools, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, budget DIY at home stuff that works like a charm many times. It may or may not in this case, but that's my trick, to get you to subscribe and come back and all that kind of jazzy stuff, you know. Because if this thing grenades itself on the test drive, I want you to be here for it. Or maybe even not on the test drive, maybe sometime later. But so I'm tossing all the tools out. I'm calling this a victory. I got something that came in the mail I want to show you in a second, so stick with me. Now I can organize all my road trip scores and get those cabinets up and get things back in order here, get more parts ordered, etc. and keep crushing on this thing. Well, hot dog, we did it. We accomplished what we set out to do in this video, and man, does it feel good. This is what I wanted to show you. This is parts we've been waiting for to finish the refurbishment of the original parking brake system on our 56 Chevy. Opening this and finishing that refurbishment is coming in a future video, but the previous videos of the parking brake system are linked in the video description. And I'm gonna send you to some video on your screen to watch next. I think you'll like. Actually, I'll send you to the very beginning of the pinion nut fiasco if you haven't seen that stuff yet. Thanks for watching. Clicking the arrow thing to share these videos. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time.